Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? Hope you guys had a good day today. Um, this is a question I get all day, every day. Where is this market going? Are we coming back? Has it reached the top? I have no clue. I don't think anybody has any clue. We'll know it when it happens. Now, all I can do is what I do every day is analyze the technicals on the chart and kind of make my analysis based on that. Yesterday, I thought we would go up, maybe hit 193, 194. I had no idea it would gap up pre-market and, make its high pre-market and then sell off for the most part of the day. I had no idea it would do that. But, we'll look at it again. We'll look at the chart here in a couple minutes, and I can give you my technical analysis on that. But, right now, you really don't know. When you wake up in the morning, you can look at where it is, but you have to wait for the market to open and, let it tell you what it wants to do, and then you go from there. All right. And, this kind of brings into play what we talked about today in class. This is just a quick synopsis of one part of what we talked about. We're looking at elements of a good trade, and market conditions is key. We already have our strategy. We know what our strategy is that we're going to trade. So we have to look at the market conditions in the morning to determine how we're going to approach the day. Is the market conditions, are they receptive to our trade, our strategy? Can we be aggressive, or do we have to be passive? That's the first thing we look at, that we talk about, is the market conditions. Is it the market trending, or has it been range bound? Is it just going sideways? What is it telling me we need to do so that I could plan my day accordingly? And so that's key. And then, the stocks that are on our scan, first thing we look for is the profit potential. So that way we could establish, is the risk on this trade worth it? Once we determine where the profit potential is, how much profit potential we can have, where our stop needs to be, and that's going to tell us the technical level of when this trade is going to not be viable anymore. And oftentimes, the whole range gets taken up before the market even opens, because we start at 8:30, and sometimes between 9 and 9:30, the whole range is traded up. We saw that today. I can't remember the stock on our watch, but we saw that today. But then once it took out that range, it kept going, and it sold off practically all day. But that's how we determine, our risk. Is this trade, really worth the risk? AYX, that was it. AYX. And then, another thing we talked about, and this is really important, the account size, because I know a lot of people teach you only risk like 1-2% of your account. If you have a $5,000 account, you can't risk 1%. You can't risk $50 per trade. You'll never get anywhere. I realized that. It just frustrated the hell out of me when I first started and I was trying to grow my account. And then I realized there's no way in hell I can grow my account risking 1% of it. And I didn't even have $5,000 at that point. But once I got, and I was flipping $5,000 every month, I went through the cycle of every month starting out with $5,000 and trading it, wiring out the profit, starting over. And I could not risk 1% to do that. It just didn't make sense. So, but that's something that we're going to talk about in the classes coming up when we're talking about growing a small account. There's certain things that you have to focus on and pay attention to, because the risk part of it, you're going to have to accept a little bit more risk in a smaller account. But the strategies you trade are going to be a little bit safer, and it's going to allow you to grow. And then the confidence, the belief in your strategy, the belief in yourself. You have to have that confidence. You put all these three things together, and you're going to have the elements that you need to make a good trade. But we kind of took it to the next level, and we talked about a couple of things that could help you build your confidence, what you needed to focus on. So once the class is uploaded, should be uploaded this evening. Make sure you guys go in the members video area. It's going to be right now it's going to be under the roadmap to success right now, but I'm going to build a 2021 file that should be up before the classes start next week. So again, we're starting how to trade and specifically grow a small account. So you guys want to prepare for that. You don't want to miss this series. Especially, I don't care if you have a $30,000 account. You only have $5,000 cushion. So you still have to grow your account before you reach some level of comfort. And that's the whole focus of this, is not just to trade, but to grow your account so that you could start doing more things and branching out. All right, so let's look at the SPY today. You see it opened with a pretty big gap up. Typically when you have a big gap up day like this, the value is going to be to the short side. So right off the bat this morning, I figured the value was going to be to the short side, so I started looking for short opportunities. We did have some stocks that were gapping up that had long potential, but typically when the market's gapping down, we see a lot of value to the short side, and that's kind of what we're looking at. But the thing about this, I'm looking at the technicals here. We did dip below, tested the 5-day, tested this ascending resistance, which is support now, and it held it. It sold back up and it closed back above it. If this holds, we're gonna continue marching up. If we wake up tomorrow and we start breaching this ascending support, we start losing it, we start losing the 5, then we're gonna start coming in. It's just the technicals that I'm looking at. Fundamentals, this market's broken. I don't know when it's gonna be fixed, but technically wise, it's less broken. So I have to trust the technicals and kind of go with that, what I'm seeing. So that's what I'm seeing for tomorrow. The swings that I'm in, I couldn't do this yesterday because this stupid Trader View wouldn't download, or it was taking forever to download this stuff. But Chewy, we got in last week. We got our first target on Monday. And you see right now we're treading water. Today was just not the best of days. Let's look at what it looks like today. You see, today was just not the best of days. My stop on this is 105. Didn't quite get there today. It got to 105.76, but it'll be 105 again tomorrow. I hope the market doesn't give up yet. I mean, I want to get some profit out of this. My next target was 115, which is the 52-week high up here. But we'll see. Either way, we got some money out of it. We already, this 105 is going to be a profit stop because I got in at 103, I believe was, 103. So it'll be a $2 profit. And we would have made more than we lost on the initial trade that I got stopped out of. But we're good on that. EXAS, this is the one I got in Monday. We were looking good. This was yesterday. I was looking for 155 for the first target, then the 52-week high again for the second target. My stop was going to be 148. I wasn't going to let this take me red after we had such a strong day. And damn, if this thing didn't hit my target, and in the same damn hour, within the same hour, I hit my target just after 10 o'clock. By 10:45, it had pulled all the way back and stopped me out. My target, my stop was 148. Look at the slippage it got coming down. That's it. That's telling you how hard this thing was falling. That it was just washing out. I mean, 7 points. And like that. And I had no idea it would do this today, but it killed me. At least, I think we locked in maybe $2,100, $2,150, somewhere in there. I'll know for sure tomorrow when I download it, but after everything settles out, but we'll see. I just can't believe it. But this was a really good trade. Every stock on our watch list from Sunday, all of the trade plans I laid out, they made some moves. I don't know what it looks like today. Maybe all of them got wrecked too, but you were able to get profit. And I think MTCH hit the profit target pre-market. But it's been a really interesting 3 days. A really interesting 3 days here. So let's get into the trade. Now, day trading, I should have prefaced this at the beginning, but there was some crazy shit that went on with my account today. And we'll talk about that at the end. That's why I've got the whole list here. So you can see that I'm not skipping any trades. This is everything. All right, so we started out on plug. Actually, Lyft was the first trade, but we'll go back to that. We started out on plug. Got the first 5-minute open range breakdown, hit the first target. Bam. Came back, stopped me out, break even. Base hit. All right, so we stay engaged. We don't disengage. Sometimes I get pissed off if I only get a base hit. But this is the way the market's trading now. It's giving us a base hit. It's bouncing, stopping us out at break even, and then it's resetting. Or even if it doesn't hit the target, I'm stopping out, and then I'm re-engaging. So once we set the bottom of this channel, it bounced. It put the top of the channel at red to green. Once we sold through the channel that it put in, I started kicking, taking profit on the way down. Bam, this was beautiful. As beautiful as it wants to be. It didn't quite get to 62. I can't remember what the level was. It was 62 something. 62 or 8 or something like that. Never got down to that final target, but it bounced. Tried to sell back again, and I was going to add. Once we broke this, I was going to add back, but we didn't. We made a higher low. I could have taken it off here once we claimed the higher low, but I just let it run its course, and it stopped me out. There was only 25 shares left, so it wasn't a big deal. But this was a really, really nice trade. This was the best of the day. 447.12 is what we did on plug. MRNA, another base hit. Nice. I could have caught it here, but I was late. I didn't see it until after it sold through, so I had to wait until it confirmed the claim of red to green. And once it claimed it, I got in it, hit my first target, and then bounced. Took me back out at break even. So that was all for MRNA. SQ, kind of the same thing. Once we broke the channel, it put in this channel at the open. Once we broke the channel, I got in, hit my first target, didn't get the 254. For my second target, it bounced, took me out at break even. This never did confirm. It never did come back and take the channel out. As a matter of fact, all of these stocks, the same thing that's happened for the last couple of weeks. These stocks start trading in a channel. After 10:30, 11 o'clock, they trade in a channel, and they really don't start moving until like 3 o'clock again. By then, I'm not trading. I'm not getting in the market at 3 o'clock if it's been that slow, unless there's something driving the market. So I again, for the umpteenth day in a row, I locked it up by 11 o'clock. We were done. But that was SQ. And here's my nemesis today. LYFT. Okay. I should have... yesterday, the good move I got on PayPal yesterday, shorting it on the break of the pre-market low and getting that big move, I was looking for that today on Lyft. I felt it was going to wash out. And I chose Lyft over Uber. I thought Lyft would give me the best, opportunity. Well, I should have chose Uber. Let me find it. I should have chose Uber because Uber washed out. But this didn't work. Ended up stopping me out. I should have stopped out way sooner. But I was kind of being a little stubborn and waiting for this to reject. But it just ripped me up. It just ripped me up. So I waited here. We lost the 200. I got a piece here, and we started to bounce, and we rejected. Came back in. Got a piece here. That was that. I was just not there. I took it off here because we were bouncing. I got in it back here again, and it took me out. So that was my nemesis today. I ended up losing. Let me go back to. I need to find my navigationals. I need my navigation. There we go. I lost $465 on Lyft on those trades. Trying to, I don't know. Without that, I would have had a decent day. I would have had a really good day. All right, so the problem that I had. All right, I went to lunch. I came back. I see I got a message that says I got a message that said DOS lost connection to TD's server. Now, TD Ameritrade has been having all kind of issues with this server. It needs to be updated, but from what the lady at DOS told me was they're trying to integrate to Schwab or whatever, so they're not going to upgrade their server. They're just waiting for the integration, and that should fix the problems. Maybe, I don't know. But what happened here was I came back and it had that it was disconnected, and there was a position on for plug for 167 shares. Now I'm like, there's nothing over here showing 167 shares, so I don't know how that popped on there. But every day this week I've had some residual trade that either got left on that never cleared or popped out of nowhere. And so I went on the thing and talked to the DOS lady. What do you call it? The chat. And just like I always do, I tell them, look, I've gone through this 100 times. You know, I don't know. This is driving me insane. You know. And here it is. Let me go up here. So I'm telling this lady that, no, where is it? All right, I have another closed position that just jumped up on my DOS platform. And she said, please compare with TOS to see what you're truly holding in your account. So I'm not holding anything. All positions are closed through TD. I don't use Thinkorswim, can't stay on the platform, which is why I pay to use DOS. And she said, I can remove the positions on DOS. Would you like that? Yes. So he sent me the code. Takes forever. So plug was the one. And then it goes, now my net P&L is saying that I'm negative $10,363.15 after they took that position off. So, I mean, we're going back and forth, and I'm saying, again, they send me another code. They're going to try to take it off. But they can't do it. They're saying, I just got to wait till the thing resets itself overnight. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So this is what shows up. That I've got a negative $10,000 position that I had an overnight position of 167 shares, which I didn't. You guys in chat saw when I logged in, there were no positions on my account. This is just crazy. So I'm at the point now where, oops, that's my flow algo. I'm at the point now where if this doesn't, I got 2 more days in this week. If it continues, I'm going to cut this thing off until they fix this. And TD gets their shit together. Because it's all TD. My DOS platform is working perfect. And it's the server on TD that's sending out bogus crap to DOS, and that's what they're giving me. They're giving me everything TD sends. So you can imagine how I felt. I went straight to log into TD Ameritrade to make sure that this wasn't legit. But TD Ameritrade had the right profit on there. So that's what you have to do. If you ever have problems, just log into your broker, because DOS is, their reliability is based on the information they get directly from your broker. So if your broker's sending garbage, that's what they're going to get, and that's what they're going to give you. And that's what TD Ameritrade has been sending. So just kind of frustrated with it. People ask me, why don't you close that broker? I got IB. I've got a Speed Trader account. You know, I've got my long-term account with USAA. I mean, I've got other brokers. I don't need to close this just to move. I'm just going to wait it out and see what happens. If not, I can go back to just swing trading, because that's all I used to do in TD Ameritrade anyway, was swing trade. But now that they had 0 commissions, I wanted to try it out and see if we could day trade. And I mean, now that they had 0 commissions and they added DOS. If they didn't add DOS, I wouldn't even be trying to trade. No way. All right, but I ran it on enough. Sorry about that. You guys have a great evening. Maybe tomorrow we'll have a better update. And we can kind of go from there. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow.